Well, hi, everybody. Welcome to my weekly cooking class I'm Tara Larsen. And tonight we're going to be making some really fun things. I'm just going to grab my list here. So tonight I'm going to be talking about we have a lot of low sugar products. And we're low sodium, low sugar. Of course, we're gluten-free and nut-free. However, we do have specifically for people that are following a low-carb diet or a keto or a paleo, we have products that actually work well with that. So I'm going to concentrate tonight on some of those products. I mean, all of our things, even our baked goods, are a quarter of the sugar of the store-bought varieties. So they're a better version, although it would, with our baked mixes, they would have a few too many carbs if you were, say, following a very strict low carb diet or that kind of thing. But we've got so many things that just don't even have any sugar at all. And I am going to make a couple of things tonight. So I'm going to be making Parmesan Crisps or cheese crisps. You may have seen them in the groceries. They're usually about $12 a bag. I don't know, at Costco, I think you can get a big bag for $12, or they have like a little small bag and they're almost $5. So they're expensive. I'm going to teach you how to make them for a lot less. And then I'm going to be doing a twist on Mexican using some things out of our Mexican dinner kit. I'm going to be making green beans with avocado. And I know that sounds like a weird combination, but it's actually delicious, and especially with the Epicure spices, and taco salmon. And I thought taco salmon, I don't know. It's delicious. So anyways, those are the things I'm going to be making. So just to share with you quickly, I've been with Epicure for 23 years now, and I just love that in this last year, we've really gone a lot, like all businesses, on social media, online. You can do it from your own home. I do miss the live interaction. Of course, I miss live everything. However, it sure has made a difference in the people we have been able to reach out to in Epicure, in our businesses, and how we have expanded globally, because so many people, they just have so much more time to come online. And so this is what I love, because I'm able to come in and do these live classes. There's so many people watching the recorded version after I have posted it up. It's amazing. I have a YouTube channel now, and I'm having so much fun with this, and it's allowing me to still connect with all of you. And so, I mean, over the years, I've been in business in 23 years, things have evolved so much, but it's always been a business that I've had. It's given me lots of privileges, the ability to stay home and be a stay-at-home mom and make an executive income. And I've traveled the world with Epicure. There's just been so many privileges. And I think all for just sharing my love of cooking and food and finding different kitchen hacks to help people. So, I really can only give my gratitude for that, because they say if you find a job that you love, you don't work a day in your life. And that's really how I feel. So I'm just going to grab my trusty Epicure apron here, which I love. This is one of the things that you can get as a consultant, and it's adjustable. So that's nice, because we're not all the same height or size or whatever, and this makes it so it fits comfortably. And there we go. And the other thing I want to just quickly talk about too, because I mean, we have so many promotions on this month. So there is a promotion on the getting started in an Epicure business. I can give details to anyone who's interested in that. It's a really good promotion this month, but also on cooking classes. So you get an extra $20 when your class reaches $250 and an extra $50 free when your class reaches 500. And a lot of people say 500, that's a lot of spices. Well, last month, my team sold $1.2 million in spices. So 500 really isn't a hard level to obtain in your class. You'll find that happens easily. And it's just so easy now. You know, you don't even have to buy groceries. You don't have to clean your house, don't have to have anyone over, although that would be probably kind of nice right now. But at the moment, though, it's really easy to do an online class. So I just send you a link, and then you invite your friends. I do a class once per week that you can invite your friends and family out to. Some say, well, we don't even need to do that. I'll just show them your YouTube channel. They can watch anything at their leisure. And then pretty much they order what they need with Epicure. And because you took the time to collect the orders together, you get to benefit from the free. So that's how easy it is to do a class. And March is a great month to do that because there's extra benefit. Okay, so the first thing I want to talk about tonight for our class is our Mexican kit. So the Epicure Mexican kit, I love it. So it comes with your poco salsa, you get enchilada sauce. This is a delicious sauce. So many recipes with this. There's enchilada chicken, there's actual enchiladas, which you can see that's the recipe on the back. I always say with our meal solutions, if you can read, you can cook. So if, I don't know what category you're in, if you love to cook, hate to cook, or have to cook, these can help you. Meals in under 20 minutes, they're healthy, they're balanced, and they're delicious. And if you don't know what to make, just start going through your meal solution packs. The other thing that is in our Mexican kit is our fajita and our nacho cheese. Love nacho cheese. This is like a healthy, like Doritos. The dip, when you make this up, it's like Doritos, and then you can dip some healthy chips in it. I like daikon radish cut thinly. I've also made healthy chips out of tortilla. You can do it on the Epicure sheet pan. And this is our sheet pan. And then it comes, it's got this fancy little liner in it that you can get to go with it. But what you'll see I've made on it tonight is these cheese crisps. So I don't know if any of you have seen these. They're quite popular. They're great because, of course, they're low sugar. And if you're following something low carb, they don't have carbs in them. But this is how easy it is to make them Epicure style. So all I've done is because we're doing a Mexican class, I've used the Tex-Mex cheese. I put a tiny little Parmesan in there just to give them a real zippy flavor. You can do just Parmesan. Oh my gosh, you can do Asiago. You could do pepper jack, whatever kind of cheese you have. And if you have any cheese where you know it's kind of getting to where it's like, oh, it's getting a little dried out and this and that, great thing to do with it. So then all you do, you don't need any salt. The cheese has got enough salt in it. But then you pick your spice. So I've got some SPG here. The rosemary garlic's really nice, just to sprinkle a little bit of that on. If you like them spicy, a little pinch of chipotle. You could use the taco seasoning. Oh my gosh, garlic aioli, garlic cheese crisps, delicious. And cheese, chives, and bacon would also be very nice. You know what I'm going to do with these? I am going to fluff there. I'm going to make a couple different ones because that's the thing, I'm making them myself. I can make lots of different flavors and then determine which ones I like the most. I might do a little 3 onion on there. That would be delicious as well. Another one I like is our garlic and onion nutritional topper. That'd be delicious as well. So I'm going to do that. I'm going to throw them in the oven. It's about 15, 20 minutes. At the 15-minute mark, kind of watch them pretty carefully at 400. And then when you bring them out, you just leave them to cool. Once they're cooled, they'll be a hard little chip. So that is also something that you can dip into our different dips. And you can also use them as crunch them up into a salad. You can also make them bigger. So just think of it as kind of like a double wide, the size of like a taco shell. You can also use our omelet maker to do this one. And you can do it in the microwave. And so it's about a minute, minute and a half, depending on your microwave. And I'm just going to put these on the stove. So I'm going to cook those after. And once it melts, and then you let it cool, but before it cools, you form it. So I kind of fold it over the omelet maker, because then now you have a taco shell that doesn't, it's carb free if that's what you're looking for. It's already got the cheese you would have put on your taco, but it's in the form of a shell. So why not repurpose what you're already putting in there anyways? So lots of ideas that way, and pretty much any spice that you can think of, you can make with your Epicure spices. So the first thing that I'm going to make tonight is our green beans and avocado. So now I've got our little Epicure steamer. I can't say enough about our steamer. And oh, and incidentally, you can get the large steamer with the Mexican kit. It's a combo, or you can just get the Mexican kit on its own if you already have a steamer. But what a great gift to give if you got an extra one. So I've got my green beans in here. And as I shared on one of the last calls, the best way to do your green beans is I pull them out. I've washed these, and oops, I have one of those touch tabs. So sometimes when I put my hand back there, it goes off. So you line them all up like so, and then you just use your scissors and cut them. The Epicure scissors are great for that. These are a kitchen shear. And if you wanted to cut them into bite-sized pieces, I would just continue cutting them. In this case, I want to serve them whole. So I've just cut the ends off. And I've also didn't have enough green beans. So I've got some asparagus. And I don't know if you all know that this is how you want to keep asparagus. Green beans, you want to keep them in a bag that has venting, because moisture can make them go bad very quickly. And putting a paper towel wrapped around them in there will help them stay fresher longer. Same thing with mushrooms. So whenever you open your mushrooms, if you're not keeping them in a paper bag, but even in a paper bag, you throw a paper towel in there, they'll last even longer. They'll usually dry up before they ever go like rotten and slimy. So asparagus, when you get it home, I have this glass of water, works perfectly, this size glass for a bunch of asparagus. You fill it about halfway with water and stand it up like that in your fridge. Asparagus will last almost forever, because it's just like a plant, like flowers. And so it's given itself a little drink. And now I'm going to show you with asparagus. A lot of people will, chop the ends off and whatnot, but the key with asparagus here, we'll just do one at a time, is you just grab the end and you kind of pull it that way, and it'll break exactly where it starts getting woody on this side. So there's the piece you want to eat. This is the piece that you don't want to eat. Now, some people do save these. They cook them up. If you cook them a fair amount and then you process them in a food processor, you can make soup or things like that out of them. It's up to you. But all I do is I just grab the handful and I snap. You just quickly do that. And they're all snapping, you'll see, at different levels. That's because each one is an individual plant. And there you go. So I've got my beans and my asparagus to steam. That's all ready. I'm gonna put this back here. And now I am going to make my avocado sauce. So I'm gonna chip this down a bit so you can kind of see what I'm doing here. Of course, I've got my my Epicure's rollout mat that I use on my sink because it allows me so much extra space on my countertop. Got my Epicure cutting board. Of course, love the ceramic knife. We're going to use the Epicure 4-cup bowls, which I like because they have lids on them. So when I make my sauce in here, I'll be able to cover it and put it in the fridge. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my avocados. And if you didn't see my last class, how do you know if an avocado is right? No, it's not squeeze it. You don't want to squeeze it. You just want to pick this little thing out right here, the little stem. And if it is a bright green, that means it's going to look like that inside. If it's a black, that means don't buy that one. You don't need to squeeze it. It's past due. And if it's kind of like a really white color, it means it's nowhere near right. So what I do with my avocado is I just gently, and you can put it on the cutting board, which is probably the safer way to do it. And you just score it like X's and O's. And then all you have to do is just squeeze it into the bowl. Comes right out of the peel. There we go. It's just got the peel left. And look at that. It's halfway processed. And of course, the avocado, you want to turn it that way and just give it a twist, gets rid of your seed. Now here is a little secret, this little pit. Once you get it all mixed up and stuff, if you stick the pit in there, the avocado won't go brown. I don't know what causes that. I just know it works. So we're going to hold that, save that. And I'm just going to quickly, I'll just show you what I'm doing here. Just X's, O's, cut that up, squeeze it into my bowl. And for the amount of beans and asparagus that I have, this will be plenty. So what I like to use, let me see if I can find it. That it's in our, it must be, oh no, here it is. I forget that I have this. I like to use this. This is putting up avocado and just mushed it right up like that. You can also smash tomatoes with this if you've got like whole tomatoes and you need it to be crushed or diced. And I just use a knife, get that off of there. This is great for mashing potatoes. Good for breaking up ground beef when you make it in the steamer. It only takes 3 minutes in the steamer, so it's really great for doing that. So it said to add some scallions. This is my Epicure scallions. This is what I use, tree onion. So it says 5 scallions. Well, I'm just going to add it to taste. If you like lots of scallion, add extra. If you like less, you know, close enough. And then fresh cilantro. I can't use cilantro fast enough. It always ends up in a watery mess for me. So I buy this kind of cilantro. This particular one's organic. You don't want to buy the kind that have a lot of chemicals in them. And till Epicure comes out with a dried cilantro, which could be a thing, you never know. I'm just going to put a little bit of this in. I love this. Easy peasy, and it's done. So got my cilantro in there, and it says salt and pepper. Of course, got the Epicure salt and pepper, sea salt, so much better for us. And you have to add salt into Epicure. If you don't, there'll be something you'll feel like it's missing. Now, if you are on a restricted salt diet, then it's a great way to be able to do without that. However, if you're used to salt, you'll want to add some salt. And I'm also adding some pepper. I'm using the Epicure turmeric pepper blend. Love this one. I'm smushing that together. And of course, what would it be without our guacamole mix? So this is also something, this comes in the Mexican kit. And again, I'm just eyeing it up. I should really be using this, our measure stick, and all the measures are on the jar. So if you need a place to start, I've been with Epicure 23 years. I kind of, you know, I'm all good. So this is what I am going to add. I'm also going to add a little bit of lime. So, oh, I guess I could put it into the lime part. There we go. And of course, you want it to face down, not up like that. I know this looks like it fits, but it'll squirt the juice up at you. And unless you want a citrus facial, you don't want to do that. So I'm going to squeeze a little bit of lime in there. That'll help with the color. And so all I'm going to do, because of course you all know this is my dinner for tomorrow night. So I've made this, it smells delicious. I'm going to throw my pit back in. That'll also help with keeping the color. And then I'm going to throw one of the lids on top. Done. So that is ready. And so tomorrow night, I will throw the asparagus and the beans in for 3 minutes, and they'll be still crisp but cooked, you know, tender crisp like the restaurants do them. And then I will toss them with the guacamole. It's a delicious meal. If you're following something like keto, this is a great way to get the extra fat that you need. I just like the flavor with the asparagus and the beans. So that's what I'll be doing. And because it goes along with my whole, so I'm going to make my beans and avocado saucy, and then my taco salmon. So just let me grab the salmon. So I've got the salmon in the big steamer. Now I could do the salmon on the sheet pan. It'd be great on the sheet pan. You can do it on the barbecue, of course, in my air fryer. Love my air fryer. However, what I love the most is my Epicure steamer for fish. So I have got 4 pieces. I don't know if you can, there's a better light. 4 pieces of beautiful sockeye. And I'm just going to, right now, because as it's thawed, I'm going to just make sure that the liquid is off of it. I'm just going to arrange it in here. And what I like about in the steamer, I'll show you after I've arranged it. But you know, sometimes on salmon, you got like the little, it's like half the thickness of the other. And normally in a pan, in a frying pan, or in the oven or whatever, that would cook faster. So I fold those pieces over in the steamer and arrange it so they're all about the same width. I'm gonna rinse my hands. And here's all we're gonna do. So the recipe here, so it's got, I've got my salmon fillets, taking my wonderful taco seasoning, the Epicure taco seasoning. I'm going to just sprinkle that over top, and this is to taste. I'm going to put a little bit of that. I'm going to put a little bit of our nacho, because this has onion and it's just a different flavor base, but it's a good combo to mix. And then my recipe calls for some olive oil. Well, because I'm doing this in the steamer, I don't need the olive oil. If you wanted to drizzle some over top, of course you could if you're trying to get extra fat. However, that's what I would do if I was putting it in the oven or in a frying pan. However, I never cook fish in anything but the steamer, because the steamer makes it so moist and delicious. And get this, it takes 3 minutes. So pretty much I'm going to cook my vegetables 3 minutes. Put my guacamole while I'm busy putting the guacamole on it. The salmon's going to be cooking, and we're going to be sitting down to dinner in about maybe max 10 minutes. Not even, be 6 minutes, and so maybe 8 minutes. So I've got that. It says to put some fresh cilantro And again, I'm going to use this, and it says some red onion. So before I cook it, and I'm even going to let it sit overnight, I've got my red onion here. And all I did was, take the, what do you call it? The bit from the outside. And actually I see that I could actually even take it down one more layer. Isn't that like an onion? And there we go, get all that off. And then I'm just going to, I just put it on an angle, and I just want to get some thin slices. So instant thin slices. I'm going to put that over top of the salmon. That's going to give it lots of extra flavor. And if I leave those sit on it overnight, it's going to infuse the flavor into the salmon as well. So that is my quick and easy with some of the Epicure spices, because we have a whole line of Epicure spices. The other thing I'm going to put on, we like it spicy. So I'm actually going to, and I just sprinkle some out into my hand because I really want to make sure that I get it evenly placed around. You don't want a big clump of chipotle. You'll find it, you'll know it. So all I did was sprinkle some into my hand, sprinkled it over top, so it's going to have a little spicy. I could have also put some of the poco picante on. Oh, what the heck, why not? Let's just put a little bit of that on too. And that adds a nice little spice and some white onion flavor. So there we have it. This is going to be delicious. And then I'm going to put my asparagus and my beans with my avocado mixed in over top. You could put a little dollop of creme fraiche or the Mexican cheese on top, or sour cream. If you want some fresh salsa on there, and what a delicious meal that'll be tomorrow night. So does anybody have any questions? Okay, well, thank you all. I know a lot of you are watching the recordings, and I thank you for that. That is amazing. And so I just want to remind everyone, we have 2 more weeks now until the end of the month with our business kit that has a special on it. We also have, which is 20% off, by the way. And we also have the extra discounts for the hostesses. So when you're watching this video, whoever invited you to watch it or shared the link with you, be sure to get back with them, ask them about the specials or discounts that they're offering, plus the Epicure ones. And thank you all again for watching, and I will see you next week. Bye, everyone.